one slide, go back here. We are going to be recording this webinar, so please for joining our FieldMagic demo brought to you today by BrainSell. Again, I am Sonia, president of BrainSell, and Kevin Cook, are you there?
I still am, yes ma'am. Hi.
Fantastic. So Kevin and I are going to be bringing you all through the solution today. Again, just a few PowerPoint slides. We don't love PowerPoint, so we're going to keep it short and sweet. And then we're going to go into a live demo. I'll even show you our mobile iPhone application right live on the screen. So agenda, yes, a couple about slides, a demo, and a pricing breakdown for users as well. Quick about BrainSell, we're based in just north of Boston. We've got offices located all around the country, and we focus really on consulting, services, and business process before throwing technology into the mix. And we've been doing this for over 20 years. We handle a variety of different solutions to improve business process. First on the CRM front, which is really what we're looking at today, CRM and field service. Then we're expert in accounting and ERP platforms and also marketing automation. The beauty of having all those three under one roof are we're able to easily integrate those solutions to make one beautiful business-wide platform for growing businesses that streamline process. So, FieldMagic, what are we talking about today? So this is a really exciting, somewhat verticalized platform built on top of Sugar CRM. So we just wanted to get the context, the lingo, and be totally transparent and understanding of what exactly is FieldMagic built on and what's it all about. So again, FieldMagic from a high level is a very customizable and deep field service application. It's a cloud-based system built on top of Sugar CRM, which is an industry-leading CRM platform, which is highly customizable and has a very wide user base. Why are we telling you this? Because we want you to feel good that this is a really solid platform built on top of an industry-leading CRM. Kevin, tell us more about this.
Yeah, it is important because FieldMagic really, it does leverage everything that Sugar can do. So if you've got data that's in your field service tool, FieldMagic, because it's built on Sugar, you're leveraging Sugar's reporting capabilities. So, for example, you're not getting something that's entirely built from scratch. You're getting the capabilities of, like you said, one of the leading tools. If you've got processes, automated processes or workflows, people will call them, because Sugar's got a process engine. FieldMagic has a process engine.
Yep, and Kevin, another great point there is that you're leveraging an ecosystem as well. So I always say this to people when I'm talking about FieldMagic, this is not two guys in a basement making an application for a vertical. You know, it's not called HVAC CRM and, you know, two guys here north of Boston making it, and you're pulling teeth to try to get them to advance the platform or make changes. This is quite the opposite. So when I say ecosystem, think of the Apple, you know, the iTunes store, your app store. You've got developers all around the world making really beautiful integrations to major platforms like Dropbox, Zendesk, you know, Facebook, Google, Gmail, just a ton of platforms, and you're going to be able to benefit from that on FieldMagic because at the core, FieldMagic equals Sugar. So we always like to say that, and the pricing here is very aggressive, which we'll get into. You can liken Sugar a lot to Salesforce.com, but about a quarter of the price. So we'll get into the pricing after. High-level features, and then I have a couple screenshots, and then again, we are going into a live demo. So strong features in FieldMagic. This is all in one system here. Job management. Yeah, lead management. We didn't really, that should have been the first bullet point. So again, at the core, this is a great lead management CRM, like a very strong task management and lead management system. So if you're a big enough operation to have a couple people in sales development, this will be their favorite tool. So from the beginning of the process, even integrating to your website, so a contact us form comes in, that populates a lead in FieldMagic CRM, and your sales ops people can be converting those leads, and then when they're converted, they're creating quotes, which we'll get into, and jobs after the quote. So you can build your whole proposal in the system, then you can create a job, and then you can schedule the job. So this actually has a scheduling component to it where it's drag and drop scheduler, scheduling not just humans, but also assets like trucks, tools, anything that you've got, we can schedule it. There's then a checklist builder and an asset manager. So if you're doing a safety inspection, my God, Kevin, we had some HVAC people in the hall today in our office here, and they had clipboards hanging out. Did you see that? They had clipboards.
Right.
And I smirked, and I'm like, oh God, we have to sell them FieldMagic because they literally had a clipboard.
There you go.
They had a clipboard sitting by the vents that they were replacing the air filters today in our office.
Checklist for every office in the building.
Right.
They were checking the vents and spraying the vents and decontaminating. They had to check the checkbox. You're right. They were doing it.
And so they're carrying around this clipboard, and this must sound familiar to everyone here listening. It must sound familiar. You've got all these clipboards, you've got all these paper, and then what happens with these guys when they come back to home base? What, they have a bunch of dirty pieces of paper that go nowhere, or they go in your file cabinet? No, like those days are over. So instead of having that clipboard in the hall, you've got your iPhone, which you have on you anyway. And so anyway, FieldMagic can also manage all of your checklists according to what job they're doing and even according to what asset they're managing. I like to use the example of a generator. If you have an inspection and testing regimen for a certain kind of generator, we'll go into this, but when you're actually servicing the generator, it comes up with, okay, every 6 months, we're going to have this job to checklist manage this asset, and and the job will automatically be scheduled every 6 months, and it will be attached to a checklist where the tech simply opens up their iPhone and the job, and they go through the checklist and pass, fail, pass, fail.
And that's it's related to what you're saying earlier about sales. We've got a large nationwide contractor, and they don't just do field service. They also sell their contracting services. So they've got a sales staff. And part of a job could include the equipment that's on site.
Sure.
So you're taking that asset, and you're not only scheduling service and performing service, but you're leaving the asset on site. And like you said, Sonia, if you're selling a generator, there may be 5 different types of generators that you sell, and each one has a different maintenance schedule. As you sell the product, as your sales team uses the CRM capabilities to sell the product, then there is an automatic maintenance schedule that gets built into field service.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's right. And then a customer portal, which I've got a slide here on that. A free customer portal, by the way. So we'll see this, but your customers can log in, they can view their invoices, they can comment on things, they can also request work, which is huge. So a lot of those electrical contractors out there, I know you've got clients that want to request work all the time. Well, you've got that, and it's included in the platform. This is also a really great fit for fire safety. As we walk you through the demo, you'll see a lot of custom fields for fire safety as well. So really, really fits well in those verticals. And then like Kevin said, the reporting and analytics, that's all based off of sugar out-of-the-box reporting, which again is on par with Salesforce.com and all those industry leaders. So really robust and beautiful, point-and-click reporting engine. So I just wanted to start off by showing a couple of screenshots from the mobile app, and then I'll show it live after, but I just want to give you a taste for some of the things, again, that your techs can do in the field. So this is showing a job, right on the fly here. I can see, all right, here I'm at the job. I can call them. I can navigate to them. So do we have geolocation features? And here, materials, if you're on a job and you need to pull 50 feet of cable from the truck, no problem. You can associate a piece of material from the truck onto the job, which gets added to the bill. Well, that's a mouthful. And you can also log time, not just one type of time, but if you're traveling, great, you can allocate travel time to this job, which might be a different rate than when you're on site doing plumbing. You can have 2 different rates on a job for different things that you're doing.
Here's an important feature. Leave that screen up. You could have, it's on the roadmap, to not just allocate different types of billable time, but for a workflow that handles it logically. So the service person gets into the truck in the morning, starts the day, hits the button, and the mobile app knows that you're traveling, you're driving, so then you press the next button, start job, and it distinguishes that travel time automatically from the job time, the time on job site. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, you clock out. Now, that's not in the app today, but that's on the roadmap, and that's a huge feature. A lot of people are really excited to see that come.
Yeah, well, and payroll is a huge pain, I know, like, because you might have to clock in and have a whole separate payroll app, and then you're reporting on paper the actual job time, and all that's going to be tied into one app. So that's a great point. This is also on the very right of your screen. That's a checklist that can be managed directly from your iPhone or whatever, your tablet or Droid. So that's pretty amazing there. As you go through all the steps, and we'll show you this live, it either passes or fails, and you can put notes and attach pictures too, right from your iPhone. Customer portal, this is amazing and it's free. My God, it's incredible. So your customers, this will be customized for you. So your logo, and this is a fully customizable CMS platform, much like WordPress, really easy for you to control. And so your logo is going to be here, and then you'll see open jobs, cases, news, and your clients are actually able to go in and request a job and pay their invoices. And this is powered by Stripe, the processing payment engine. So people can actually go in here, view their invoices, pay via Stripe, and that can be then the invoice can then be pushed down to your accounting system where it's reconciled. And we will show a little bit on the accounting integration. So we have an out-of-the-box QuickBooks Online integration, out-of-the-box Xero integration for those lightweight accounting systems, and we can do just about any other ERP system using an integration utility that's already pre-configured for FieldMagic. So keep that in mind. If you have a weird old accounting system or something on-prem, we can definitely work with that. And the point being, the FieldMagic system will do everything from quoting to invoicing, and then when the invoice is ready to be put down into the ERP system, there's a spot in FieldMagic I'll show you where you're able to sync those invoices, and they hit the accounting system at that point. And it can be bi-directional, meaning you may invoice the customer on something unrelated, like they bought something that didn't hit FieldMagic. That's okay. The invoice can be originated from the ERP or accounting system, and it can sync up and show in FieldMagic. So sky's the limit there.
Oh, a demo! Hooray!
Oh, all right. So demo, and I'm watching the questions box. So please, as you guys have questions, please feel free to put them in that questions box on the sidebar. So I'm going to start off here, and Kevin, just interrupt when you see something that's really interesting.
Oh, trust me, I will.
I know you will. I know you will. So remember, because this is built on an enterprise-style CRM, we do have beautiful functions like dashboarding, and this is just simple. You know, I've got some open quotes here, some open inquiries or leads, and I can, of course, just swap out fields that I want to see, and this can all be customized like per user. So each of your users are going to see different things based on A, their permissions, and B, how you set things up. But it's very easy for someone to just go in if they have permission and edit these dashboards, you know, right here, just edit and add something, all point and click.
That is, of course, leveraging Sugar, because Sugar allows you to customize your dashboards. So does FieldMagic. Something that's really important to note, you've got that menu item at the top bar where your mouse is, and you can see inquiries. Not everybody refers to them as inquiries. A lot of people in the audience listening today may refer to it as leads. Well, that's an easy change, isn't it? Just go in and change the label inquiries to leads or prospects or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Yeah, and that's a great point, Kevin, because you don't have to call us up to change stuff. We'll teach you in maybe a matter of 2 to 4 hours. Someone like me who's not a coder, who just knows about computers, and we can teach just point and click stuff, and you guys can really own the system.
One of my FieldMagic customers said, you know, Kevin, really don't need you at all. I can handle it all myself.
Perfect. Perfect. Frees us up to make other customers happy and productive. So, and this is what we want. It's a perfect world. So other things under here, we'll get into these individually. Job scheduler, it's that drag and drop scheduler. GPS locations, yes. When people have their apps going, you can see where they are, which is awesome. There's no extra fee for that. We can also put these GPS locators in physical trucks and on really anything using now, you know, 5 years ago this would have been really hard to do, but we've got the Internet of Things, and we've got awesome little GPS devices that can be put anywhere, and we can connect to those and show them in the system, which is amazing. Scheduling.
I think I actually have one under my skin.
Yeah, I think you do. Usage-based jobs, invoices, accounting sync. We'll get into all these individually. So let's go to inquiries, or leads, as I would probably call them. So this is a really nice just list view. All the list views in the system look the same way, and they're really pretty. You can make them wider and smaller. You can rearrange things just by bloop, dropping them. You can reorder by clicking. And as an admin, you can, of course, give people column header access. So any field you can show in a list view like this. So let's look at inquiry source. Great. I've got a nice little dashboard over here that can be used for previewing. More dashboards. This is an awesome dashboard heavy system. So I press the eyeball and then I see a quick view of the record. Cool. And what has happened to it? An audit trail. Great.
Hey, Sonia, Kevin from Topsfield has a question.
Yes.
Can those dashboards be customized by the end user? The answer is yes.
Of course they can. Not in the preview, but this can.
Yeah.
This can. So yeah, you can go right here and you can edit and put pretty much any little widget you want on here, including like a list view of quotes or whatever.
Just like on the home screen.
Yep, it's perfect. I can do that, which expands it, and see that new field that I put in. Oh, it's right here, inquiry source. So that's all good. I can also filter. I'm going to run through this really quick. So filtering is segmenting the database. So show me everything that has a next follow-up date of the last 7 days. Oh, wow. No one's been doing anything apparently. Let's do it in the last 30 days. Great. I've got some information. So, all right, now I've segregated my list. If I'm a lead gen rep at a fire safety company, I would probably make a filter here of anything that has a next follow-up date of the next 7 days that is assigned to me. And that would be my nice dynamic follow-up list. And I'd come in here every day and I'd just start, going down my list and pushing out my next follow-up dates, recording calls, regular CRM stuff that I'm going to click into right now. And we'll use Gerald. I will show you one really quick thing. If you do want to create a new inquiry on the fly, you can just press this button, Create New. And we do have a really great Outlook and Gmail integration. So if you have someone emailing you directly saying, I want a quote, then you can add them in as a contact or an inquiry, aka lead, right from your mail client. So, and you get those mail integrations at no charge. So, great. I'm on someone that's already created. I'm a lead gen expert. Remember, I'm going to log an activity right now, and I'm going to place a phone call. And this is so cool because this screen does so many different things. I can update his status and record a phone call and say, all right, I need to talk to him in a week at 10 a.m. and the outcome is that I held a call with him. All right, so I'm on the phone right now. I'm talking to Gerald. A nice guy, needs a call next week after vacay. And the status of this, so I'm changing the status of the lead. It's in the assign stage right now. I can see that, but by clicking this right here, I can say that he's disqualified because he's not good, or maybe he's still assigned. I don't need to touch it, or I can convert him.
So that's while your salespeople are trying to, or people in the office trying to generate the business. And it's one tool to generate the business and fulfill the business.
That's right, all in one tool. So look what that did, a ton of different stuff. So it pushed out my next follow-up date to be reflected from that log activity. And then I go down here and nice guy, needs a call next week. So now this is my held call, and I had some notes from before. And look at that, I can preview again, and it shows me the preview of my notes and who did it. All right, so that's basic CRM stuff, right? Great, really, really nice. I can actually, right from the screen, I can go right here and convert someone. So right from here, I can say that he's converted, and I have to just say,
how could you forget that? Oh.
Call good.
So that while she's doing that, the notion of converting is somebody who may have said, hey, I might be interested in your service. Can you give me a call? To, yeah, I'm ready to buy your service. Now here's my check. So that's the conversion process, right, sort of.
That's right. That's right. And I think I missed a step here, so I will just convert real quick. I did miss something. So an inquiry is, remember, like just a sales inquiry, someone who's not really qualified yet. A converted person can really turn them into a customer. So at this point, he's saying, okay, yes, I want a quote, or I want you to come on site and give me an estimate and do the work. So at this point, I'll press the convert button, save and convert, and I might not know exactly what he needs yet, but I'm going to convert him because he's moved up in my sales cycle. So now I've got an actual customer, and I've got a contact there, Gerald. And you'll see here all of the address information. And then what's really great is sites and quotes, jobs, calls, everything down below. So we understand in field service that you might have one customer and they're going to have multiple locations, right? Multiple locations that deserve their own area in the system to manage. And that's what we've done here. So there's a whole site, dedicated site place that if we drill into a site, you'll see that there are several different locations that kind of have their own life, and that's really useful. So I'm going to go to a record that actually has a little bit more information, and we're going to go to Evanston Hospital, good old Evanston Hospital, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. So
what's really great is that all of this is in one place. You don't have to bounce around. Go back to the extreme example of the people that were servicing our ducts today, the HVAC system. They had those clipboards and the paper. So that piece of paper that they had just told them what they had to do here at the office. But it didn't have any information about us as a customer or the landlord here or the building. So when they take that data back to the shop, it's going into a file cabinet, like you said. Here, I can see Evanston Hospital. I'm seeing everything about Evanston Hospital. I see the job sites. I see the results of tests. I see people who work there. I see all the related sites. There's everything on one page, which is just incredibly convenient.
It is, and like what's really nice about this platform is there have been some really good user-friendly features created to make it just super, super easy to use for different types of people, including just kind of consolidating all the stuff from down here, which Salesforce and regular out-of-the-box Sugar look just like this. They don't have a lot of these great consolidation features. So instead of hunting and pecking down here for the sites and the quotes and jobs, we place it all up top here in a consolidated view, which make it really pleasing, I think, to the eye. And I can still log activities very easily. So what you're seeing here is the two sites. This could be, the first floor of the cafeteria, and this could be the library or something, or the surgical unit. And if I press this, then look at that, the preview screen, same thing.
Or it could be that, the hospital has, or it could be a bank. Imagine a cleaning service, you got a bank,
right.
and 42 different branches. Each branch is a different site. And different people are servicing different sites. So that's why it's important to distinguish between those sites and who does what where.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. So just to kind of delineate between these things, sites are locations, like Kevin said. Quotes are quotes. They're not sold jobs yet. Jobs, they're sold. And they need to be scheduled. And look at this, invoice due, and it's nice in blue color. And cases are support tickets. So someone could say, something broke on that job, and you can go into the actual job and create a case, or it could just be associated to the customer level. Really,
I want to give you a great example,
flexible.
Real, true life example. Customer has multiple locations, multiple sites. They're offering cleaning services. Go in there and they clean every night or once a week or every 3 days, whatever. They will leave assets on site. So there may be, you'll see further down, you don't need to go there now, Sonia, but you'll see further down the notion of an asset left on a site because they may leave the floor cleaner on site. So they know they've got capital asset on site. And then in addition to that, when they're done with something, they say, okay, we submitted the job for this week, we did the cleaning job, but the customer may call and say, oh, there was, you missed a spot over in the corner. That's the support case.
Yep.
So it all feeds back in.
Yep.
And guess what that leads to? That leads to better customer satisfaction.
Yeah, and visibility and traceability. That's a great example, because then if you get a whole bunch of complaints about bad floor streaking, cleaning, then you're going to look at each case. You can pull a report and say, okay, what do all these cases have in common? Oh, Nancy's not doing such a good job. Let's bring her in and talk to her about her floor cleaning skills. Nancy. So, I mean, because there's a record of it, it can be reported on and it can be seen in like a real format without paper. So it's just a totally different way to do things. Let's go really quick into sites, because I want to drill into a site, and we'll go to the South Ave site here at Evanston Hospital. So I'm going to click on this. I just want to, one more thing before we navigate away is we also do a pretty good job of showing, again, visually pleasing things. So opportunity metrics, this really, I could just relabel this to be, sales metrics, and that I've really won or have had $10,000 with these guys, and active, I'm bidding on a little $700 job with them. So this is still in the balance. A great use case of why this is so important is, again, the client could call in with a complaint or, something, and your reps are going to go to the screen right away and say, oh, wow, this is a really high value customer. Or reverse, saying, oh, that's great. Nancy, also, I can see that you owe us $11,000. Because everything's on one screen. So, or maybe, hey, don't send out a rep because they owe us $11,000 still. And that would have taken looking in 3 different systems to come to that. So again, consolidating systems equals better service to your customers, but also less risk for you guys, because you can see all of this great data in one platform.
And less time consolidating systems.
Yeah.
Cutting and pasting, less chance for error, everything's one place.
Huge, yeah, huge difference there. So let's move over here to a site view. So I've got the site 12 South, and I can preview it here. Again, this shows back to the customer view. Awesome. Then I've got, again, all of the regular stuff. So the site kind of has its own nice little life. And if I go down here, I can see the people that work there and the quotes that are specifically associated to this site. I then got stage jobs, inspection and testing jobs, and assets, which are things that they own. And we'll get into each of these individually. So
it's important to note that a lot of that information is reflected at that top bar, that top banner.
Mm-hmm.
But having it in the top banner makes it a lot more easily accessible. Not everything is in the top banner, but the stuff that you need at hand is right there.
Yep, that's right. So a lot of really cool stuff that I can do here. I just went on the quote, the open quote, and I view it right quick associated here. I could download the PDF of the actual proposal, which we'll go into. I could email the quote directly. I can manage it, which is going to take me into the editor of the quote, which I see here that it's made up of 3 different line items, which are fire inspection things. And
nice.
This is driven by a product catalog. So remember, if we have a nice integration from QuickBooks running in here, then, or any other accounting system, ERP, it's going to populate the product catalog near real time. And I'll be able to pull from either services or products right here, brings in a description, also fills the inspection time periods if you have inspections for your products. Quantities, unit price, all that good stuff, tax, you got it. And I'm going to go here and just show you what this quote looks like. And there's so much you can do with these quotes. First of all, of course, your logo is going to be here. They're merge tags, as you would expect. So Evanston Hospital's messy billing address is coming in here. Quote number, here are my 3 different items. And of course, I could do a cover letter, which could be boilerplate. It could be image heavy, whatever your branding and however you want to be presented. Now you can have a standardized quoting process across your user base. So let's go back here to this site, and notice I'm just going right here It's showing me the last 3 sites I've been to, so I'll just go back to that.
You know, one thing that was, I want to point out, a customer said, hey, Kevin, you know, we've got custom invoices. Can you make the invoices that come out of FieldMagic look like this? He gave me his invoice, and yeah, it's pretty configurable.
Sure. No, absolutely, we can do that. I can see so much stuff here. I see some jobs. Again, I just love this preview thing. So let's just go back to that quote. A quote can be made into a job. Let me just go back here to this quote. Here's the quote number. And right from here, I can manage it, which again brings me to the edit screen. And I can also do lots of stuff like manage the cover letter right from here, of course, all of that. And
but hey, before you get away from that, the manage contractors. Not everybody out there is sending their own staff. A lot of folks are sending independent contractors onto to fulfill these jobs. And FieldMagic allows you to do that. You can manage the independent contractors, and therefore their rates can be set independently, and your profit. So you don't, if anybody who's listening or watching today is using independent contractors, this is a good fit for you.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is, and that's a good point, Kev. So I can allocate that this job, like you said, is going to be assigned to this contractor, and our margin is going to be a bit different. So, you know, internal notes about them, and then I can press save, and now Cassie from ABC Tank is associated with this job. Awesome. So save it. At this point, I can then actually attach signature lines within the quote, because we do integrate with e-signature platforms here out of the box. So it's possible that you could send this right from FieldMagic. Someone could receive it in their email, accept it, sign it, and then it could spur the job to be created. Or you could, of course, manually just hear back from someone. They could accept it over email, and then you would convert the quote into a job and very easily then view all of your jobs, which I'm going to go back to actually my site information here, where then I'll see all my jobs down below. So these jobs have all been created from open quotes, and I can see that 2 are scheduled and they're going to happen, and you know, these are backlogged.
So here's another thing about creating jobs. I promised you I'd interrupt you, right? Yeah. Another thing about creating jobs is, remember, if you sell that generator, it knows that generator requires biannual service. So you could come into a site and it may have already scheduled the job for you automatically. So you don't have to have tickler files. You don't have to say, oh, I can't remember when we were supposed to do the next service. FieldMagic will make sure that you don't lose that. It's going to schedule these things for you. There's a job scheduler component.
True. No, that's a great point. I want to go a little off topic because I had a great question in chat where this is a lot of stuff going on here, and it will replace several systems for a lot of people. If you want to start light, like maybe you just want to start with the CRM, totally fine. You can absolutely do that. So when we get back to pricing, I'll show you the levels, but it's possible to start out with just kind of the inquiry lead management. And then add on some of these scheduling features and things like that as you, it's not adding on features, it's just buying higher use licenses for your more administrator types that are doing the scheduling. So that's how that works. Like you could start with a lower cost license to just get some of the basic functions and then add scheduling on later with higher use licenses. So very cool. So let's go into an actual job now. I'm just going to click on the job, or I can preview it, of course. I can also see profitability of the job if I so choose. But I'll go right here, and here's the profitability, by the way. So I have to be inside of the job, show financial summary. I love this. It will take the amount of the quote or job and goes off the labor, and this just has nothing in it, but it will also take into the subcontractor margin and show you the gross profit margin here, and a note if I would like. Very cool. Resource summary then also shows who were the people that did the job, right? And when. And there's a whole timeline here. Really, really cool.
including the materials. So if they pull stuff off the
Mm-hmm.
truck, it's billable.
Look at that.
You can keep track of that. And I had one customer ask me, hey, my guys just drive over to Home Depot and buy stuff. Can you keep track of that? Absolutely. And they can do it from the field.
Yep, very true. And when I showed you those screenshots in the beginning where people can log time and materials, that all is being fed back into the job. And when your techs have this job open on their iPhone and they're completing things, real time, once they save the record, it's going to be fed into this job record, and you'll be able to see the updated financial summary in real time. That's also true with managing the checklist here. There's been 1 completed and 6 not started. So I'll show you my iPhone view and we can go over the checklist as a field tech would do. But I can see here that, look, it's got a 7 out of 7 passed and it completed, but there were some fails. So I can actually go in here. I'll open in a new tab. By the way, you can have tabs, open multiple tabs in FieldMagic.
This is that paper checklist.
Oh, look at that. So I can see here that, oh, the door is blocking something. That's what the fault was for. So everything else passed except for this because there was a door blocking something. Great. Well, that's pretty cool.
Happens all the time. Hate it when doors block things.
Yeah, of course. So now the job is waiting to be scheduled. Let's now go in to, because there's a lot here, let's go into the actual scheduling area, and then I want to show you mobile because I don't want to run over here on time. I guess before we leave this screen, I will show you to view all maintenance schedules. I'm just going to go here. It's going to show them. So these are the jobs that are booked and upcoming. Really nice and tidy place to put them all. Oh, let's drill into that. Cool. And assets. Let's talk about assets. I'm going to go manage assets. I'm bringing you to a different screen here, but showing you that we can add an asset to a job, and tech can actually do that on the fly as well. But again, if you don't have serial numbers, that's fine. We can get rid of this. It's not a coding thing. This is all easy stuff. So here's my serial number. I'm noting that this is on the ground floor, and the overhaul date of it is in 6 months, and it's active and notes. So details are, this is the basement, tank system, corner of, building, inside. Great, look at that. Good stuff. Let's save this. I can now actually create an inspection and testing job off this asset as well.
Woohoo, look at that.
Yeah, really cool. So I can see every floor of the building and what is on it. Really neat stuff. So, all right, I showed you the jobs. We went over quotes. We went over sites, customers, inquiries. Let's go back here and let's check out the scheduling, job scheduler. And again, if you don't have permission to see this stuff, then you won't see it. It's a heavy permission use system. So, all right, jobs are waiting to be scheduled. Whoa, we got 43. That's a lot. Let's try to narrow that down.
While you're searching, these jobs that need to be scheduled could have been created automatically. So of those 43, a bunch could have been created as part of the regular service based on the sale you made to a site.
So,
or these jobs could be things that are made from the field even.
True. It's all one system. That mobile app is all dumped into one system here. It's all one. So I love to show this because this is not a rinky-dink small guy system. I mean, this could absolutely be used for a $5 million HVAC company. Totally. This would be fine. It would be easy to deploy and plenty of horsepower. But this can absolutely fit a multiples of hundreds of $1 million electrical contracting or fire safety company, which we've worked a lot with. Anyone who has a ton of techs, this will absolutely fit them, because we're able to now filter down my teams. We have some clients that have a whole scheduling team. You're probably going to be able to consolidate some people here, because you might be able to just have 2 schedulers from now on. But we can, of course, filter by job type. So this is going to change for you.
Entirely configurable.
Highly. And we have customers, too, who have certain teams that do stuff. So if you've gotten, you know, an all-in-one kind of HVAC company, you might even have locksmiths on staff. Great. Well, then let's show the locksmith team. And as I change my teams here, you can see my users will narrow down, and these are all the people that are on this team and can do this job. All right, and I can do more than just users. I can also go by crews, resources, those equal assets too, like trucks and equipment. I can also do that. So I can also filter my jobs by type, which is all up here. So now we can match job types by appropriate users and narrow down my field down here. So maybe, you know, only have 5 locksmith jobs for my, you know, 3 people who do it. And look, that's all I do. Drop them all.
Wow. Wow.
In there. Get them going on there.
I'm loving that.
Oh, let's go out to week view.
Yeah, we need more days. Ooh, look at that.
There you go.
You got days. Press the button, you get days.
We get them. And what is this doing? This is pushing all of these jobs live into the mobile app. It's also pushing a notification to Will Weston, or whatever his name was, that he has a new job. So no more whiteboards. Right? You go in the morning and you might see a massive whiteboard, or you might have a ton of clipboards everywhere. My God. That you just open your phone. You can clock in from the job site or wherever, and you start your job. So it's almost time to show the mobile app. What I do want to do here is, let's save this. These get
scheduled. How about
scheduled.
the heads-up display and the service trucks right on the windscreen?
You could do that.
I bet.
You could do that. What else do we have here? GPS location. This is a little creepy. Some people already have. Yeah, right. Some people already have.
Because we're logged in.
Yeah, we're logged in, so I can see we're just north of Boston here. I'm right here on the road. And some people subscribe to a whole different system for GPS monitoring. We can consolidate that as well. So now you'll have look at this last hour. In the last 8 hours, where have people been? Well, yeah, I've been held hostage here all day.
We've both been right here for the last 8 hours.
Yes, we have.
For the last 24 hours, maybe.
Yep, that's right. So I will go into the mobile app in just a second again, but one more thing. Once the job's complete, the invoice is eventually going to be ready, you know, sitting here from those maintenance jobs, ready for your controller type admin people to generate. So, I just need a couple jobs here that have been completed, and then I would be able to generate an invoice from that completed job. Now what?
And those invoices can be generated from the times and the materials that your field service people input using the mobile app.
Correct. Yep, all correct. So I just went over here to accounting sync, and these are invoices that have already been created, but they're waiting here in the queue to push to my accounting system. So it's kind of up to you. Like, do you want to push it directly from FieldMagic and have it be delivered to the customer from a FieldMagic view? It's going to hit the accounting system anyway, so that's fine. It's going to have the same invoice number and all that. Or you can sync it down and then have your accounting system actually send out the invoice to the customer. Both are absolutely options, so that's fine. Also go into the transaction just to show that, again, this is a sale. So this is not the view of what someone will see, of what the end user is going to see, rather, the customer. I would be able to email an invoice from here or download it. We'll download it and show it to you. And I'll see the time entry of what Chris booked. Look, his time, his billable hours, actual hours, cool. And what does this look like? And of course, this is going to be, oh, awesome, demo time. It's going to be customizable, customizable to you. Maybe it'll go in my email. There we go.
I blame Nancy.
So here it is. And again, this is all stuff that it's going to be made exactly for you with your logo. Great. Cool. This is also going to hit the portal then too. Love that. So your customers could view the portal. Whoa, it's a big phone. So what I want to show you now is
actual size.
This is not actual size. This is my iPhone real time, and I'm a field tech. And I am looking at all the jobs that I have to do today, which is a lot of jobs. It's 100 apparently. So I'm going to look at my jobs, and today I'm going to start out going to the city of Dover, New Hampshire, and I'm going to look here, and today I have to do a fire inspection, smoke hazard system check, and electrical wiring check. And again, remember, this is a job, so this originated from either the mobile app or from regular web FieldMagic, and it's been pushed here for me to access it. So first of all, I'm going to see the jobs like it's scheduled. That was a bad example because I'm, demoing the system with 105 jobs, but you would see that you only have, 3 jobs today. It would filter them by day. So I'll see them, and I'll see them stacked according to what time I should be there. And I can go right to my plus button, and then I can navigate here. And when I press navigate, it's going to open up my iPhone map, apping, whatever, map of choice that I've got there as my saved choice. And I could, of course, call them if I wanted. I can log my time, which I love. Let's do that. So I'm at the job, and I'm going to start my travel. Ooh, cool. And when I'm there, I can stop it. So my travel is extremely fast. And I'm at the job now. So look at that. It because I got there and I pressed the button, it started the job time. Awesome. So I'm on the job right now. Let's go back here. And before I even get to the checklist, I know that I'm going to need to pull something from the truck. So let's do that. So I just hit on materials, and I'm going to say, what product do I want? I want this quick connect thing. And here's the cost. Okay, that's cool. Oh, okay, got it. Save. That's great. Okay.
It's important to note that the materials don't have to come out of the product catalog. I know that people in our audience are thinking, what about one-offs? What about that trip to Home Depot? Yeah, it does not have to come out of the product catalog. It can be a one-time ad.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We have another request all the time for, well, what if something looks really bad and I want to take a picture? Oh, what? Look at that. Add photo.
Pictures.
Cool. I can bring up my camera. I will do that. Yeah, okay. What?
One of our customers does this all the time.
Right?
It's critical to have that because they're proving they use a lot of contractors, and so it's just a requirement that contractors have to post a picture of the completed job.
Yep. Really cool, and I can also I could have taken it throughout the job. We've been thinking about this for home inspectors too, honestly, because it'd be pretty cool. You can take a bunch of photos and then select them from the library after the fact as well. I can do so many other things from here. And let's show the checklist thing really quick. So let's just do that again. I clicked on checklists, and I have 2 checklists to complete on this job. So I'm going to start with the electrical wiring system. And this is the monthly, so I guess I was going through this before. So, yep. Okay, so it's, and again, this is all point and click stuff that we help you set up in the beginning. This is not coding. So we're going to look at your checklist, and we're going to put them in certain stages, and then we'll have these pop-ups happen. So it's giving me instructions. Requirement. Oh, is it obscured by a door or not? Is it correctly labeled? Yeah, it is correctly labeled. Cool. Yeah, sure. That's all good. And those are the fail details from before, and I could say failed, door blocking. Save button. Great. Okay. So, I've done a checklist. Great. Anything else? Maybe they tell me like, oh, our office phone has changed. Oh, really? Okay, great. You can give permission to people to do this, to edit records. So, yeah. Okay, great, your office phone's changed. Again, this is all real permission-based, so if you don't want people to change phone numbers, no problem. You can block that out from them. And
Sonia, while we're talking mobile,
yeah,
permission to do a slight tangent.
Yes.
It's something that she doesn't know if she should say yes or not. This is not part of FieldMagic, but it's an add-on to allow your field techs to get a signature from a customer in the field.
Okay.
So imagine that, everybody who's listening or watching, that you need to get authorization to do work. Yep. You don't have to wait to send something out. You don't have to. You can get that authorization right from the mobile app. The customer can sign with their finger.
Cool. I'm going to go off on a tangent too, and this is a really, you can tell we're special kind of dorky people here, but I'll try to finish this statement before 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So we've integrated with QR code technology. So there's one client who I'll give a different example of a waste management company, and they want to be able to scan something before the inspection checklist starts. So we thought, let's use QR code technology instead of barcoding because it's easier to put on something that's round and tough to stick a sticker on. So we have just a quick QR printer. You slap that on the bin of hazardous material, and before you start the checklist, you just go up to your QR scanner, and that feature would just be added in the app, and you scan it, and then the checklist starts because it associates the QR code with the asset that you're checklisting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Two very cool tangents.
Really cool. And another one out of the box, with the Internet of Things, you can put, so let's say we've got clients who have $250,000 Caterpillar machines, right? You don't want just anyone driving those, and you want a full inspection done before, or a checklist rather, done before the key starts that $250,000 Caterpillar. So no problem, put a QR code on the outside of the door. You hold your phone up, QR code, you go through an inspection safety checklist. No, there is no one under the truck. Yes, this switch is on, like an airplane pilot, right? And then once you pass the inspection, the Internet of Things sends a signal to the ignition switch in the Caterpillar, and it allows it to be turned on.
I like your tangent better than my tangent. Cool.
It took a minute longer, but that it really is true. And I mean, again, in the last 2 years even, technology has gotten so out of control awesome that we really can do that stuff, and it's not out of reach for companies that aren't, ExxonMobil. Like this could be a $100 million company doing this.
This could be you.
Easily. It could be you. It's not.
And it's because it's built on this platform. I mean, it's not just because it's built on sugar, but it helps a lot that it's built on sugar.
Yeah.
It's extensible.
It's really awesome. So here, let's stop our job. Oh, all right, let's check out where we are here. So I've got my work date, my travel category. So again, I don't think I have any set up, but my travel billing category could be that I took the truck today instead of the sedan, and that's a different rate. All right, sure. I had like 3 seconds of travel time, and the job billing category, love this. So it was an SOS job of something exploding, and I am a plumber after hours, and that rate is going to be a whole lot different than if it were during the day. Job is complete, flag it for review. Notes are all good here. Okay, good. And of course I would need to be able to select a billing category, but if I would have something saved, then I would be able to save it, and this would then hit the invoice waiting section, where then your good old Nancy can go in and start to approve that stuff. And I do have a question in the questions box that's really good. Can you review the check invoice before generating them? Absolutely. So that's why we have created this section here of scheduled invoicing. So generate scheduled invoices. So yeah. Sorry, I need to generate some dummy records here, but if my job hadn't been able to save from my phone, it would have instantly showed up here, and it would be sitting here waiting for me to press generate invoices. That doesn't mean that it's going to go to the customer right away. I can then either send it down to the accounting sync where it hits QuickBooks or SAP or whatever, or it can just send the invoice directly to the customer. So that was a good question, and yeah, these are not going directly to the customer if you don't want them to. So, yeah, right? And really quick, I'm just going to do a little tiny view of reporting because why not? This is just out-of-the-box stuff, and it's great. Let's just say here, I want to see my new accounts, and this is all point-and-click configurable by you guys. So this is just, within this year, apply, and if I had data, it would show up here down below. I can put charts and graphs, scatter charts, bar charts, pie charts. I can change the criteria of a report, of course, and I can even print it, or I love this, schedule it, and the report will send out at a time interval, so every week. So instead of having to go into this reporting feature every week and forgetting, you can actually set it just to send, and the PDF is going to be sent into your inbox on that schedule. So
very nice.
Thank you. I love showing this stuff because it is just so slick and useful. Kevin, anything else that we should show before we get to pricing?
Oh, there's so much that we could show, but I think if anybody in the audience wants to see more, give us a call, because there's a lot more to show. I don't think we're able to do justice to this feature set in an hour.
No, there's so much there, really. So we did the demo. So of course this doesn't include configuration pricing and services. So like services are always up to, well, Kevin has that customer who maybe has 10 users. It's not like it's not a huge deal. They don't even want services. They just wanted to do it themselves, which is
do it themselves.
Awesome. And hey, that's wonderful. But most companies need a little bit of help, or maybe you want us to migrate your old data and suit the system exactly for your needs. We can do that. And we just need to learn about your environment to come up with services pricing, of course. You know the drill. But here we go. We've got offline mobile app. And again, I didn't even mention that, but the app that I showed you is also like offline capable, much like, you know, podcasts can be downloaded locally and used offline.
Yeah, it just syncs up whenever you get an internet connection, all the data from the mobile app syncs right back up.
That's really important because we have a lot of people in basements and out of cell zones that are doing field service work, so they're covered. So your field users are going to be $29 a month just for that mobile app access, and they'll be able to even create quotes and jobs on the fly, everything I showed you on the mobile app. You can start out with that CRM for $65 a user a month, and these are all annualized, by the way, so you pay up front for a year, but you've got a 10 user minimum, and the CRM piece would be $65, and that's good for anyone who is in sales, lead gen, and really wants to do all of those powerhouse features and even control sites and jobs. Where we get to the full enterprise.
The CRM users can see field service stuff, but they can't do, like you're about to say, what the person in the full enterprise platform can do.
Right, yeah, so the full enterprise platform is meant for people who are doing the scheduling. They are controlling the checklist, they're admin type users, so they could be controlling the layout of the system, but they also are doing a lot of the back office work. So, and like, there's a huge, what do we call it, like not a disparity, but just a kind of rethinking of duties, because a lot of times your full platform users, right now they're taking up QuickBooks license, a Tableau license, or, you know, reporting license. They're taking up a scheduling system license, a GPS license, like a Dropbox license, like all of these. Oh, and we have a Dropbox integration that's included, by the way, if you guys have giant files, but this does come with quite a bit of storage.
Pretty much the best way to describe it is if you have to change an invoice, then you're on the full enterprise platform. If you want to read about a job, you're a CRM user.
Yeah, you got it. And if you're just in the field, you're $29 a month.
Yeah. So
really good. I mean, we love the system because there's so many other options out there, and this is cloud. I'm so sorry. I think I mentioned that in the beginning, but this is all cloud, and it's hosted on AWS, Amazon Web Service, really fast, fully supported. We do all the upgrades for you, all the support's included. This is a software as a service, so you're paying us the annual fee, and we're doing all the support and upgrades for you. So really, that's it. I mean, this is totally transparent and simple pricing. And there's no hardware for you guys to have to take care of. Everything is on AWS, extremely secure, backed up redundantly, great hosting service. So it's not often that we go a full hour on a webinar, but there's so much to show here. So please put your questions in the questions box. We're going to hang out here for a couple more minutes. Oh, upcoming events. I love this. I think
Oh,
that's
wow.
I think that's it. So much going on. So just a couple more things to note.
Practically giddy.
Practically, we have an Intact and Salesforce webinar coming up. If you're looking for a new accounting platform, come to this one. Lead generation, we do that. We do marketing automation, and oh my God, Boston, right down the road, we're going to be at the fire convention, Fire Safety
Yeah.
Expo in Boston. I don't know if anyone's going, but we're really excited about it, and we're even going to show this off. So I'm going to keep this open for a few more minutes. Again, we'll probably reach out to those of you who had questions, and maybe even if you didn't. And please contact us. Let us know if you're interested in a personalized demo. More than happy to do that. And Kevin, thank you for coming.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Love it. All right, guys,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this open for a bit longer. Again, we'll be sending out the recording and giving you some phone calls. But thank you. We hope you enjoyed this webinar, and we hope to see you on another one. Thanks.
Bye, everybody.